1 minute and 11 seconds of logos. Also, infuriating credits also, we have another 45 seconds of reading the same studios again before any movie happens. The monkey could be the psycho of our generation and it still wouldn't excuse 2 minutes of studio masturbation. Spoiler, the monkey isn't the psycho of our generation. The 9th season of Severance is literally unwatchable.
It appears to be broken. See, the drumstick seems to be stuck in the up position.
That doesn't mean it's broken. Maybe it just exceeded the recommended dosage.
You do not want the goddamn drumstick to come down.
I don't understand why Adam Scott is here. Does he simply want to give the monkey away, or is he actually hoping to get his money back for this thing? Because if the monkey is causing death and chaos and you want to get rid of it, I don't know why you need to go to the pawn shop to do that. And if you're really concerned about what it can do, why would you put that burden on other people? This is at least 85% on the shopkeeper for keeping that thing loaded and fireable. Also, it looks like we are just going to rip off Final Destination. Only in this case, death will be played by Monkeith Moon. While Adam Scott uses his flamethrower on the monkey here, I am hoping and praying that this is not a theater.
I don't know if every father passes some secret horror on to his kids.
This movie definitely makes some Stand By Me choices with the narration and the late 50s soundtrack, and hell, it's even using the Shirley and Lee song Let the Good Times Roll, just like that movie did. And yet the beginning part of the movie is set in 1999 when those songs didn't exist anymore.
My name is Hal Shelbourne.
And I endorse this narration.
Well, this is us, before everything.
It is not. That would require you to be present before the Big Bang, or when God decided to do something wild with that spare week he had. Yes, that was a very disingenuous and borderline facetious sin, but the movie can take any righteous objections it has and shove them up its meandering ass as partial reparations for that. 2 minutes of opening credits!
I hate you, Bill Shelbourne.
Film fratricide, fake out, fools no one. If it fooled even 5 friends from Florida, this alliteration could have freely flowed forever.
And my mom, well, I can remember her perfectly, like it was yesterday.
Ha 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 ha! We've treated the audience to a gratuitously inventive opening kill, thus buying us goodwill for a 10-minute deep dive into our main character's traumatic childhood before being obligated to be a horror movie again. It's genius!
How's that thing from? Paris, France or something?
In case you confused it with Paris, Tennessee. The movie somehow resists the temptation to make a monkey pun here. Where's Jeffrey Goins when you need him?
You think this does junk if I turn this?
The monkey is a drummer, dumbass. Of course he does junk. Monkey knows everything about withholding its first kill so that it can assist the movie in ramping up suspense. And I generally send things that go out of their way to help movies, so...
Stupid thing's broken anyway.
So broken, in fact, that it refuses to stay the right way around between shots.
No soda after you brush your teeth, and no fires.
When you're at the stage of listing no fire alongside no soda, I feel like you can't omit anything at all. Well, you didn't say no shoving my brother's face into a food blender, so how was I supposed to know? I'm struggling to work out how the monkey manifested this death. We didn't see anything bump into the chef as he swung his knife. In fact, I'm not convinced he can even reach her with this swing without also hitting Hal. Feels like the monkey just controlled this dude's mind, which kind of makes all the other Rube Goldberg-style deaths unnecessary window dressing. Also gross also, I don't care how sharp your knife is, you are not performing a full decapitation and leaving no marks at all until the blood decides, in its own sweet time, to start leaking, I assume.
How is her head still together?
Don't think about it too much.
First off, Babysitter Annie's head was cut cleanly at the neck, so I don't understand this question. If you're talking about how her head is attached to the body inside the coffin, that can easily be disguised, and besides, have you never heard of Elmer's glue? Second off, this seems to be one of those questions and answers directed at CinemaSins, and the movie has gone with the don't think about it too much answer, which would be unsatisfying even if the question had merit in the first place. This is a dark horror comedy, so I guess anything goes, including priests who just casually swear in front of hot microphones. I'll try not to think about it too much and sin it.
Today, we are here with Annie Wilkes.
Movie mixes misery with my monkey.
Everything is an accident. Or nothing is an accident. Either way. Same thing.
If this movie has a philosophical core or message, I guess it's represented here. Death is random, or it isn't. It cares, and it doesn't. A fascinating theme that the movie decided to shun in favor of an evil twin seeking revenge with a possessed monkey.
Hey, kid.
It wouldn't be a Stephen King story without bullies, even if it is an odd gang of girls who were somehow waiting for Hal in the boys' locker room.
Why'd you put Dad's weird monkey in our room? You know I don't go in there anymore since I found that stiff sock.
Being so disgusted with your son's sock activities that you create a bogus reason for the movie to provide evidence of the monkey's magical transportation skills.
Yo, Mrs. Torrance! How's Shelbourne's jerking his monkey under his desk?
I guess Osgood Perkins was on a quest to make a reference to every Stephen King property in this 90-minute movie. Also, how can she even see the alleged monkey in the dark from way over there? Hal apparently does have friends at this school, but the movie is not interested in exploring that whatsoever. Hal already gets bullied enough by his brother Bill. Do we even need these bullies? They don't even show up again after this. Also, where the f*** did they get all these bananas? I know the monkey can transport, but I don't understand why the monkey transported in this instance unless Mrs. Torrance took the monkey away from Hal earlier. But the movie never suggested he lost the monkey in the first place, so this sudden appearance on his bed does nothing but confuse me. One question I have for the movie is why certain characters get Final Destination deaths and their mom just dies of a natural cause.
It's true what it says on the box. It's just like life.
Movie doesn't immediately play Depeche Mode's Master and Servant to drive the "it's a lot like life" point home.
Always just kind of preferred a life where you sit down and you don't stand up again until you want to. Also, we're swingers.
This feels like a joke aimed directly at the audience and not something that would ever be said to a grieving child nephew. I guess this is funny, but why the f is Hal still wearing his suit? Was there some unique circumstance that forced him to keep wearing it when he went to bed? He's about to chop the monkey up, so does he think he needs to wear it because it's a special occasion? Also, did he need to take the knife to bed if he's doing the chopping in the workshop? Hiding the knife under the covers only makes sense if he's dismantling the monkey in his bedroom or if a director wants this specific shot. The monkey is filled with some kind of black substance that resembles demon blood? We will never know why that is important or what that means for the monkey, so I will therefore assume it is finally resolving what the f the black oil in the X-Files was.
You gonna take off your suit, Bill?
Hal asks the thing that I was asking about Hal himself in the previous scene, suggesting it's more of a Bill thing to continue wearing the suit and making me wonder if the twin brothers are switching identities like Christian Bale in The Prestige, which they are not, despite that sounding super cool and all.
It's a bad magic killer monkey.
I am desperately trying to manifest a roll credits in here because Bad Magic Killer Monkey would have been a much better title.
We knew that it couldn't be destroyed, so we hoped that we could maybe contain it.
Another question I have, why has the monkey decided to stop following their father? It might make sense if he died, but we never saw that happen. And as far as we know, he just left. Gotta admit, I don't really care enough about the characters we just watched for the first 30 minutes to even care what's going on with them 25 years later. I also don't really care if the monkey gets back into their lives and what consequences it might have. Aunt Ida doesn't die from this fall, which makes me wonder if the movie is saying that the monkey is just rusty after a 25-year hiatus, or it knows this fall won't kill her, and it's hoping she'll treat her wounds with rubbing alcohol, and then she'll stupidly stick her face next to a stove after she smells something in the kitchen. I'm sitting it either way. A magical monkey being rusty is just as silly to me as having that kind of foresight.
I haven't seen the monkey since we threw it down the well, but it feels like only a matter of time before it comes back.
If there were repeated instances over the last 25 years of the monkey getting lost, stolen, dismembered, and buried with parallax, I could see you making this comment, but it hasn't, and you have an insufficient data set. If you had said, I hadn't seen the monkey since we threw it down the well, we could reasonably expect your narration to be coming from the distant future, where several other impossible monkey resurrections could have happened even after this movie was over. The present tense just f your world up, Hal. Why does The Office have a picture taken from the exact same angle as the shot at the beginning of this scene? Also, did this picture capture a red balloon because it's a reference to It? If so, that's the hollowest reference to a movie I've ever seen. Yes, I'm sinning something that may not even be the movie's intent. You think sinning things for 13 years comes without a cost?
I get to see him once a year, so I'm taking him to horror heaven.
Imagine being the man who deliberately keeps himself away from friends and family for fear of an evil monkey killing them, and the one time a year you get to see your son, you take him to a place called horror heaven. Yeah, I'm finding that hard to imagine too. Also, this only seeing Petey once a year to protect him bullshit. You know what's safer than once a year? F***ing never, Hal!
Feel that parental energy.
This isn't the first movie to present us with an over-the-top quirky stepfather, but I'm always left wondering how the token ex-wife ends up with him. She's clearly not buying his bullshit, so what the f*** led her to marrying Frodo Douchebaggins?
Ted has decided to legally adopt Petey.
Oh no, the shitty hack is gonna adopt Petey. But it's so obvious that Ted loves his son, whoever he is, and their interactions are so loving and invigorating, so I imagine, since we've skipped 25 years and now I have to fill in the gaps.
And by marbles, I am of course referring to your little balls.
Hey.
Thank Christ Petey showed up to interrupt this measuring contest just when the movie was about to get, I don't know, interesting? Is that what was happening? It's weird to me that the thing Halloween Ends and The Monkey have in common isn't just the fact that they're horror movies, but that they also contain characters played by Rowan Campbell, who are completely unnecessary and add nothing to the story. Oh, and they're both garbage fires. Character we haven't seen before looks at the monkey and has a memory about someone we don't know who we later find out is his father. I'm certain this aspect of the story won't be a total waste of our time at all.
Do you ever wonder where he is? Dad, I mean.
Skeleton Crew, skip! I would have loved for Osgood Perkins to put a sign that said Bates above this motel and shorted out the B's so they could get away with it.
Brothers, sisters.
No.
If the monkey had been randomly showing up over the last 25 years, I'd understand why Hal is so protected, but it hasn't, and it makes his dishonesty feel dishonest. Hal's dream sequence doesn't include a lot of sexual bowling imagery set to Kenny Rogers just dropped in to see what condition my condition was in. He fantasized about killing his brother with a bowling ball, so I figure why not? Vents have strings of paper in them so you can see that they're working cliché.
Go
to Aunt Ida's house and make sure it isn't there.
It is at the bottom of a well.
This is something I believe in so wholeheartedly, I have a great relationship with my kid. Also, why does Bill want Hal to go to Aunt Ida's house to check on the monkey? At this point, Bill already has it, so what is he gaining from having Hal go there to look for it? Does he think the monkey has a better chance of killing Hal if he's at the house? Hell, I even think it's possible Bill is the one who sets up the shotgun trap when Hal meets with Barbara later, like he's gonna try to kill Hal without the monkey. But even that hypothesis has some holes. So many of Bill's actions in this movie don't get a proper explanation, and ultimately I'm forced to believe that he just calls Hal to make the plot happen, even if it doesn't really make much sense. Don't mind me, just taking a swim in this skeezy motel pool in the middle of the night for no good reason. Hope I don't get killed randomly by a demon monkey. Wait. Does an electrified swimming pool cause people to explode when they jump into it, or am I just incapable of having fun? This sign does not include instructions about moisture levels. I don't understand this Goosebumps poster telling people inside the room to stay out of my room. Feels like that should go on the door outside if you really mean business. Cool, Petey is safe. But what was making the suspiciously monkey drum-like noise that Hal was hearing? Because it inexplicably stops as soon as Petey opens the door, instead of being something innocuous like a cleaning cart or passing school band. Don't you sit there and act like the movie is above pulling that shit either. There's been a death in this house, so let's make sure we put up some of that crime scene tape. Sure, boss, but there wasn't a crime. They declared it a freak accident, so the regular tape would make more. Damn it, man! The crime scene tape is cooler!
Jesus.
Don't mind me, I'll just be approaching this car like a fucking serial killer instead of a normal human. Hope I don't get killed randomly by a demon monkey.
Oh, well, we did have that estate sale the day after she died. Every day since Monday, at least one Casco local has just poof.
I think we can assume they've been getting killed by Bill turning the monkey's key, since we know Ricky bought the monkey at the estate sale and then sold it to Bill. But if the estate sale was after Aunt Ida's death, who turned the key to kill her? We'll find out that the key isn't even with the monkey when Ida dies. Either the monkey has the ability to kill without having its key turned, or Aunt Ida died in a freak death that had nothing to do with the monkey. Who the f does this? Why should I care about anything in this world when it's populated by characters rejected from Scary Movie for being too unbelievable?
Every day since Monday, at least one Casco local has just poof. Sometimes 2 or 3 or 4 or even 5.
If there have been days where up to 5 locals have died in one day, why did you bother singling out specific victims on a day-to-day basis just a minute ago?
How we doing with that key?
My man, you already saw that she's trying different keys on a key ring. What the f do you mean, how are we doing with that key? I'm sure the door will open once she finds the right one, dick. No! But what triggered the shotgun? If you live your life a quarter frame at a time like me, you can see the shotgun goes off in midair. It's not like it hit the ground and went off, or the door handle was connected to the trigger. I mean, why bother f***ing with the door? Just let her open it and get shot. This monkey needs to stop half-assing these death traps if it wants the respect from me that I assume all movies crave.
I promised my son that I was going to take him to horror heaven.
I guess Petey has seen so much death in his young life that this incident hasn't even fazed him.
I'd say stay here, but it's a goddamn mess in there. I mean, have you actually been up there?
Lady, you've just been questioning him about the accident he witnessed. The man's clothes are now 25% man-made fibers and 75% Barbara the realtor. What kind of a dumbass question?
It's like that restaurant, Spaghetti City.
Oh, it wasn't even a question at all. It was another setup for an insensitive joke. Where are the human beings in this movie? Opening any doors in this house face first after witnessing Barbara the realtor's rapid extirpation using phone books in 2024. Also, how the f is Casco this f***ing huge, requiring a phone book this large?
Shelbourne.
Dude, you are currently looking for Shelbournes in the SHEP and SHER names. Go f yourself.
Mrs. Monkey?
After not finding Shelbourne in the phone book, Hal deploys his backup plan and starts looking for Monkey, which works, and that's weird.
I went back to get you as soon as I could. But you were gone.
So they throw the monkey in the well, it immediately escapes, box and chains and all, and then it disappears for 25 years until the estate sale. Why? Why was it happy to lay dormant for 2.5 decades instead of appearing in front of Bill and Hal like it had been since they found it?
Leaving behind a sign for me and only me.
I think we can all agree that Bill isn't nearly as special as he's claiming here, so why the f would the monkey leave its key behind when it made its supernatural escape? Why would it wait 25 years to be found? Even if the movie is saying that some other person climbed down the well and grabbed the box the monkey was in, is it saying that this person broke off the chains of the box and took the monkey out while down in the well? Scene comes too close to containing a lap dance.
And now here we are, together at last.
Let me get this straight. The monkey didn't appear at all once he looked around his aunt's house, but it decided to magically appear during her estate sale so some random kid could buy it and then sell it to Bill. Why the f did it wait and take such a convoluted trip back to Bill? Bill's dungeon is filled with old TVs and a phone booth. Because evil? Also, in case we weren't 100% certain, all the TVs are playing monkey-related content on a loop so that we know he's a monkey-obsessed lunatic.
And smite the right person.
I get that Bill is mostly running on revenge fantasies and hope, but surely he already knows that the monkey doesn't kill who you want it to kill, since it randomly killed their uncle the one time he witnessed it being used.
And it sucks.
Was it worth it, movie? Was this dumb joke of a death worth it? The tone of this movie has the quality of something funny, but the execution of a lot of it doesn't earn it. This movie has an eyelash from being awesome. It's just that the eyelash is very long.
Maybe I could give you your $15 back and instead I could just keep the toy monkey.
Why does it keep coming back to their family? Papa Petey bought it from some guy and it became his. So why didn't it start following Rick after he bought it at the estate sale? Wait, does this monkey not respect capitalism? Communist monkey!
Hey Ma, you home or you at the factory?
I'm at the factory, son.
You're better off with Ted, all right?
Oh, shit. You just reminded me that the show Better Off Ted only got 26 episodes during its entire run in 2009-2010. Too soon, movie, too soon.
The person who turns the key never dies.
Neither does Leonardo DiCaprio, and he never turned the key. Anyway, that's not so much a sin for this movie, which has shown Bill to be an unreliable narrator and dumb and is in love with insane logical leaps, but for people in general who don't know how to science.
Open up, it's the motherfucking police!
This works. Also, Ricky will impersonate a police officer, kidnap a man and his child at gunpoint, and force them into stealing a toy monkey because it reminds him of his father? That's literally it. Ricky doesn't know that it kills people, and he hasn't a clue that it's possessed. Just daddy issues.
In your infinite wisdom, I trust your flaming sword of righteousness will cut the foul air and strike the right person.
The fact that Bill doesn't understand that the monkey kills whoever it wants has become extremely tiresome. Kind of wish that the monkey had randomly killed people Bill did want to die, which would make him overthink how to make it work. But since he only wants his brother to die, we don't get that dynamic. And the ultimate conclusion is, boy, Bill sure is dumb. In fact, the thought, boy, Bill sure is dumb, basically didn't allow me to sin any of Petey's walk through the booby traps Bill set up in the previous scene. Petey trips a wire where an axe swings behind him. Bill leaves a light that shines on the stairs exactly where Petey can see the wire. And finally, a booby trap using actual Rube Goldberg mechanisms that just doesn't work. So I'm sinning, boy, Bill sure is dumb for basically not allowing me to sin anything in that scene. Again, 13 years, folks. The damage is real.
He was your grandfather. He was a pilot. And he was a Petey, too.
It is wild that Hal decided to name his son Petey when his entire adult existence has been about distancing himself from family and anything connected to the monkey.
Holy shit.
How the fuck did he see just one bee fly out of this hive? If it was after the giant swarm, I'd believe it, but the giant swarm doesn't show up until after he says holy shit. Also, while the deaths in this movie have a random feel to them, they aren't nearly random enough. I mean, for the 1999 part of the movie, the monkey was killing only people that Hal and Bill knew. Then, when Bill got the monkey and started turning the key every day, it started killing random people in the town. Now it kills someone Bill directly knows because we're in the third act of the movie. In other words, I need this magical death monkey toy to make some goddamn sense. This is beat for beat how John Bonham killed him in Hamburg, Germany in 1973. One sin for plagiarism or something, I think. This callback to the wedding skydiving brochure is actually pretty hilarious, but again, it confuses the tone so much. I feel like I should be watching an airplane movie, not whatever the this has decided to be and also not be.
Because you killed my mom.
It takes 1 minute and 30 seconds for Hal to say,
She was my mom, too.
And while that fact is obvious, and Hal thinks it's obvious to Bill, the fact that he doesn't at least ask what the he means by my mom is some bullshit. The cannon that's rigged in the stairwell outside somehow kills Bill, and I strongly object to the possibility of it. Look, if you really want this, you should show me how this cannon aligns with Bill's domicile and how it perfectly shoots him in the head. This feels almost like someone microwaving popcorn and walking away to go to the bathroom, and then their head blows up into a giant piece of popcorn. Yes, it's that silly. Littering.
We keep it close. We accept that it's ours, and we hold on tight.
I think the reason we rarely find out the true origin of these cursed items is because they fundamentally can't make sense. Something created this monkey with the ability to change reality and bring about any number of fucked up deaths to a seemingly unlimited amount of people, but then handcuffed it by needing a person to wind it up and activate it. Or not, depending on how mad it is. Oh, also, it can self-repair and teleport. Who would create this thing? And why make it so elaborate? You see, the ghostly horseman is profound because both brothers mention the Pale Rider at some point in the movie. The nod is an acknowledgement of respect that death is inevitable, because symbolism is most powerful when you literally spell it the fuck out with no nuance at all. Either this bus driver is a dick for driving his bus so close to the oncoming lane, or this truck driver is a dick for continuing to speed past a bus filled with cheerleaders hanging out the windows. Actually, it's both. Both things are true.
Assume the position.
You got red on you.
Huh. Actually, I don't know exactly what it is.
Monsieur, don't try to be funny with me. He is your monkey, therefore it is your money.
Kristen, the Nazi's there! Oh, shit, that's better. All right, that's too hot. Anything we can do about that heat?
Yep, that's me.
The speeding locomotive tore through a sea of inhuman fangs. A pair of the great apes rose up at me.
I shouldn't have gone in there.
You called this number on a dead guy's phone.
Hello.
I tried to take it back, but it was too late. Not quite my tempo.